Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth video of live sessions, questions and answers. So today we have a very profound question. This was asked about the jhanas, or we call them absorptions, or some call dhyana. So it is great to know about these things, and especially to know that these are achievable. So I hope you all enjoy this, and may this help anybody to understand these great states of mind can be achieved, and anybody can get the benefits from these mind states.
The question is about the fourth jhana and about the breathing in fourth jhana. The person asks, is it right? Is it true that our breath stops in the fourth jhana? There is no any breathing all this period when we are in the fourth jhana, and the person in fourth jhana with no breathing stay alive. Is it right? Is it true?
So in this question, this gentleman is asking, in the fourth jhana there are 1, 2, 3, 4 as well as 5, 6, 7, 8 jhanas. So in the fourth jhana he's asking, is it true that the breath stops? And if the breath stops, how can a person live?
So number one, he has to try it for himself and see if it's really working, no? But please tell, like it is true. It is true. And soon as the practitioner, like he has heard of this, no?
So this practitioner has heard this means, like in many ancient traditions as well as doctrines, it is taught and explained about these things. So many people who get to learn and study these things from many traditions, they already know about these theories.
So when he or she has my breath stop, then the breath starts working. So you come out of the jhana, no? But real absorption level means like it is like you are defreezed and you are put into, just example, like you don't hear nothing, you cannot move or turn or do anything like that. Like it's really solid. But in jhana, the jhana mind starts working. So in fourth jhana especially, like the breathing stops, but soon as you try to check it, like you come out of the jhana and then the breathing starts working. So this is not a big thing because for arahanta.
Here the word arahanta means a fully enlightened being, and they go into nibbana or enlightenment. So that is what is explained here.
With one breath, they can stay for 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
So with one breath, if there's very little wear and tear, a person definitely can stay for 1 hour. Even if you hold the breath for some time, we can live, no?
Here the wear and tear means because of our physical actions as well as the thought process, there is a lot of intake of energy as well as a usage of energy. That's what is meant here.
Sometime, no? This is without meditation or anything. Even if you are afraid, that burns up the oxygen and everything. But jhana is a much powerful and very still stage. So and we are in a still posture, so no. So the wear and tear is very less. The breathing actually stops for the practitioner. It actually stops, but because you have heard this and all this, you want to check whether it's true, no? So, but you understand that it had really stopped because you go to the deep, subtle breath. Then in some stage, then you feel, but still it's working because the thoughts are working, no? But in the fourth jhana, it becomes more subtle and first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. And then the mind becomes more and more, it's like upekka ekaggata, no?
So more we are free from kind of desires as well as anger. The breath, and when we are going towards equanimity, the breath becomes more subtle. So here upekka means equanimity and ekaggata means one-pointedness.
So the mind is very subtle. So actually the breath stops. So just compare, like if a person goes and holds the nose, also they can stay with the water.
Yeah. I mean, how do we know that the breathing has stopped in this practically? How do we know? If you said that if I try to check if there is breathing or not, I went out from the first jhana, and how do we know?
So here there's another question that asking, like, how do we know this is really happening?
The person for himself, because when you do anapana, you are very clear of the breath, no?
Anapana means the meditation of the breathing.
And then when you go like access concentration, absorption concentration, you know your breath very clearly. And before that, there are some stages, like the breath seems that it had disappeared, but actually not, because you know, because you are keeping mindful and the thoughts are working. But in the jhanic stages, what happens is you know exactly how the thoughts are also working. So. And at that point, you know really that the breath has stopped. But if you ask for in that way, like you asked, if you check it, if you come out, but still you can recall that previous moment or the previous experience. You can reflect on that and see, no? So, and then you know when you are really checking at that time, there was no kind of breath because you have been practicing for some time. And you know the very subtle breath, no? And there are some stages you just stay with in the meditation object until the breath is back, but it's so subtle, it doesn't feel here.
Feel here means near the nostril area.
But still, you know, the breath has not stopped. And then if a person goes to first jhana, so he or she understands that it doesn't stop, no? Second jhana, so you know. Third jhana, so you know, no? But fourth jhana, suddenly, when you check it, there's no other way, no? Like to know had this really happened. So the only way when you check it, then you can recall the past experience. It is not you don't imagine these things or anything, and you know you are in the fourth jhana, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
So
okay.